The Hateful Eight is written and directed by Quentin Tarantino and stars Samuel L. Jackson, Kurt Russell, Jennifer Jason Leigh and quite a few others. John Ruth, played by Russell, is transporting his bounty, Daisy Domergue, and yes, I'm well aware I probably pronounced that wrongly, to be hung at the nearest town. Along the way he picks up a couple of passengers and they essentially get caught up by a storm and are forced to take refuge in a little haberdashery, I believe it is, that is known throughout the area as being somewhere you can get strong coffee, good sweets apparently, and can just rest from a storm. While they are there, when they arrive, they find that it is already inhabited by other certain nefarious, delinquent characters, and we have our Hateful Eight. Now, this film, to be honest, I found kind of annoying, purely because this had potential. I love Quentin Tarantino as a director, I should say that right now. I really do like him as a writer and a director. He's taken some false starts here and there. I apparently am the only person in the world who thinks that Kill Bill is massively overrated, but I do. But there's certain films of his, Reservoir Dogs, Pulp Fiction, I'll always love. I think they're amazing. This film had the potential to be up there because it does have a lot going for it. It has classic Tarantinoisms in that it is ridiculously violent at times. Someone's head actually literally blows up as far as I can remember. Always impressive. And it has good dialogue. Not great, it's not up there with your Reservoir Dogs or your Pulp Fictions of this world, but it is still good. And the plot itself had a lot of potential. It is a good storyline with the potential to be a great storyline. The problem is there are a couple of elements in this film which are dragging it back from being great. A couple of them you can sort of gloss over to an extent. One of them is a real killer though. The ones you can sort of gloss over are, there's a couple, bear in mind there's 8 main characters in this, the Hateful Eight. A couple of them are really redundant. Michael Madsen's character, Joe Gage, he has nothing to do. He may as well not be there for the vast majority of this film, to be honest. Which is a disappointment because he's perfectly reasonable when he is on screen. He's just given absolutely nothing to bloody do. At all, essentially. Also coupled with that, a couple of the characters have mostly reasonable performances. Most people are good in this film. Samuel L. Jackson's great, as is Kurt Russell. But there's a couple of moments with a couple of characters that are just a little bit weird. Senor Bob, he's a Mexican and he has a perfectly good accent in the film the whole way through. But there's a couple of moments, especially in one scene, which is a genuinely tense scene, well, this is supposed to be, his accent just goes so over the top that me and more than one other person in the cinema laughed. And we really weren't supposed to be laughing in that scene at all. And it took you out of it somewhat. But even those sort of things, I can kind of gloss over to an extent. The real killer in this film, holy shit, this film is long. And it has no need to be that long. This film, I didn't see the 70mm screening with an intermission or anything. I just saw normal. And it's just shy of 3 hours long. There is absolutely no reason for this film to be that long at all. This film should be 2 hours, 2 hours 10, something like that to me, and you'd have a much more tight, concise film. The first half an hour of this film could easily be wrapped up in 5 or 10 minutes, really easily, and you'd still be able to have your characters and your character development where they need to be. I don't know what it is in this film. I don't know if Quentin needed an editor who would stand up to him, but it's kind of obvious he's being very self-indulgent at times because he does just take his time so much. By about 2 hours 10, 2 hours 20, my arse was killing me. And that should never happen in a Quentin Tarantino film. It shouldn't happen in any film, quite frankly, but if a film is really engaging you, you're not thinking about that because you're not letting your mind wander. But this film, it was happening. And I really, really am surprised I'm being able to say that in a Quentin Tarantino film. The other problem is linked to the length and linked to the characters is the fact that you have obviously a certain amount of character development, of course you do, but given the length of the film, you kind of feel like you should have more. You feel like the characters should be even more well realised, especially someone like Joe Gage who has nothing to do in the film, essentially. Coupled with that, the plot itself, I said the plot was a good plot and had potential. That's the problem, it had potential. And for 3 hours, you should really be able to drill down into it and explore that plot, since it is one that can really go into sort of backstabbing and who can you trust and who can't you trust. It goes into it a bit, but not enough. Not enough at all, given the length of the film. If it had really gone into who can you trust, the 3 hour length would have been justified, I think. As it is, it doesn't do it enough, and so to me, this long film simply isn't justified, and it drags. It really drags at times. There are excellent moments in this film. I won't spoil anything, but Samuel L. Jackson has a brilliant monologue at one point in this film. It's about 5 minutes long, has a really great musical accompaniment, and it is just him talking solidly for 5 minutes describing a scene. It's brilliant. It's probably the best part of film as far as I'm concerned. But the problem is, those moments like that are way too few and far between, and they feel it. They feel very sparse in the film, and they feel really dragged out. And that's, I think, for me, the main thing that stops this film being great. This is a good film, and I did enjoy it quite a lot. I'm going to enjoy most Quentin Tarantino films, but it's that stops it being great. Being a great Quentin Tarantino film, being a great film in general. It has its moments, but they're too few, especially given the length of the film.